Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and thank you for joining another scene for Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Um, our scene starts off with the worm foe, Eric Skovgard, all his ash, standing what looks to be about the center point between all of the cabins. Um, from those that might be approaching him, from a distance, he's on his phone. You can see the light kind of illuminate his features, despite it being rather dark. And after a while, he puts a cigarette to his lips, turns off the phone from the light kind of going out, and then lights up a cigarette. And from there, he kind of just stares at the Children of the Spirit Wild's cabin, a particular site, particularly a piece of meat kind of nailed to the actual cabin itself. He has a pretty good idea of what happened, considering all the rumors going around Sept. Even caught a little glimpse of Will, the ahroun for the Children of the Spirit Wild, but he decided not to make any kind of harsh or drastic moves whatsoever yet. So, yeah, we'll start there. Eric actually just out in the open, standing around.
Oh,
That's all right.
Oh, my bad. I'm figuring that the Shadowrunners plus Felix have come out to go and check out this site of the hunk of meat that is nailed to the wall that they've been hearing so much about.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what? Fuck it. Fangs of Sobek is coming too.
Surprisingly, Felix hasn't heard about this hunk of meat yet. So this is going to be fun. No, instead he had seen he'd been headed home after a little more drinking from the holy day of remembrance, and happened to see the light of a cell phone, Eric's cell phone, and yep, approaches.
Eric kind of just turns around regarding whoever comes. You guys looking for me?
Yeah. We are. And she'll point up to Fangs of Sobek, who I will allow to describe themselves.
Well, I mean, basically, he's huge. He wears a black suit, but now he's just wearing some pajamas. You know, just wearing some pajamas with a bunch of wolf heads on them. You know, muscle shirt. He was about to go to bed, but they woke him up to make sure he meet the worm foe. You know, the clothes very tight on him, but he's huge, 7'5", very ugly. It just, he got a little nightcap on.
Eric turns and looks to Teresa, kind of giving her a knowing glance, then to Felix, and then to the rest of the Shadowrunners. He kind of looks at Saoirse first for a moment, and then looks to the new blood. So you're the one that's been crying on my bond. Hmm? And he steps up, and as he does so, he kind of does that narrow gaze, and the end of his cigarette kind of like glistens brighter as he intakes some of the smoke, and he kind of just passes it between his lips after a few seconds, and he gives Fangs of Sobek a somewhat of a scowl.
Uh, Fangs of Sobek is basically going to just flop on the ground and just basically lay on his back and just basically just look up.
I'm glad to know that you have some manners about you. You can get up.
Yeah, Saoirse's been standing there with her throat bared.
And he'll look to Cersei. I don't think I've actually officially met you yet. You want to start?
I, Saoirse O'Brien, Audacious Heart, Fiona Galliard, Hamid, Fostern.
He kind of just cracks a slight smile. Eric Skavgard, Allus Ash, Fumbles Blood, First of the Last Battle, Shatters the Moonlit Maw, Guardian of Memory, Home and Ahroun of the God of Fenris, and Agent to the Nation. It's a pleasure to meet you, Audacious Heart. I've heard about you. Congratulations on making Foster.
She smiles a toothless smile. Thank you, Raya.
I have to say the circumstances were less than ideal, but I appreciate you putting forth the effort and doing it without being able to, shift.
I was definitely not ideal, but anyway, so there is a tongue over on the cabin of the children of the spirit wilds. Do you know much about that?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say a tongue? And he Felix turns around to look at it.
Yeah, dude, look.
And I guess we'll all just kind of oogle this tongue for a moment and kind of just leave Fangs of Sobek hanging.
I don't know if it's gonna try and stop her, but Teresa's totally gonna poke the tongue and like sniff it.
In ancient times in Great Egypt, they sometimes took out the tongue and shoved the beetle down one's throat to clean the inside.
Huh. Learn something every day.
Mm-hmm.
Some crews move your tongue if you snitch.
That is the law of the street.
You come from the streets, Fangs?
No, I come from a forest area, but my cousin do.
Oh, well, actually, before all that, why don't you actually introduce yourself as well?
I am Nigel Vezir, known to the nation as Fangs of Sobek, warrior Hamid, child of Al. And Cleaf to the nation, I came from the sept of Forest Ghost in Vancouver.
For OC refuge, it said Forest Ghost?
Mm-hmm. Or sept of Forest Ghost.
Like Forrest Gump Forest? I hate to say it like
No,
that, but
yeah,
I'm trying to make
Forest,
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
No. Yeah, Forest.
Okay.
Come from the Sept of Forest Ghosts.
Yes.
Huh. Well, and he doesn't seem to make any kind of big deal out of the tongue at the moment. Excuse me. But he'll actually circle around Fangs of Sobek, giving him a look over. And he'll do this about 2 times before he'll actually reach out with a hand. And Eric, for all intents and purposes, is a pretty tall guy. He's not as tall as, let's say, Fangs with huge size, but you can say that without the size, all of his stature and everything conveys something of predatory nature. Um, he seems like he's always on the edge of maybe being very primal, so to speak. But once he brings his hand and puts it to his shoulder, and he seems to like grip at it, and then maybe that might seem kind of crazy to Fangs, or maybe anybody else that's watching, he kind of like pats Fangs on the side of his hip. Well, you're definitely built for fighting. You're definitely not fat. That's a good start. I don't have to worry about that. Seems like they trained you well where you came from. But why are you here?
I came here because the set that I hailed from was getting too small for my liking. I want to strike out on my own, to see more, to know more. And I heard that Sept of the Green was quite the place to get recognized.
If you want recognition, you go to the fucking Amazon. Worry about our business here. But I guess you can make a decent name for yourself here as I did. But really. So the Silent Strider Wanderlust got to you, huh?
Of course.
Well, if you're willing to put in the work, I could definitely use the muscle and the fangs and the claws. So, we'll see about getting you out there as quickly as possible. The only thing is that I hate to say this, but you're one ugly motherfucker.
You're not the first to say that. Do not worry, I blend in very well, for I learned the art of disguise.
Have you? Well, I wish you would have employed it a little bit before meeting me, but you know what? I like the honesty. It is what it is. We'll
So
work
you
with it.
don't think I'm pretty?
No.
I'm gonna roll a willpower at that shit. What dice roll are we in?
I think this chord.
All right, the werewolf dice roller is open. So,
Yep.
what's the name of the scene? Oh, Vaughn?
What'd you say? Oh, meeting the new son of Al.
Um, 48. Hmm. He barely stifles back a chuckle.
In the meantime, Eric does get a text. He checks his phone, kind of quirks an eyebrow, then looks at Fangs, and then looks at his phone, types something back, and then puts it away. All right, Fangs. So you come from the Sept of the Forest Ghost. So I imagine that you come with some type of baggage. Everybody usually does, and I would appreciate it if you let me know. Any wayward parents about how hell-bent on getting revenge, or you know,
No.
vampire hunting you?
Mm-mm.
Anything?
No. Oh, my rite of passage, I killed one, but
Mm.
no. Mm, well, how can I say this? I don't like silver fangs, but in order to be in the set, I know silver fangs here. I will make sure that I be as cordial as possible.
You're right, because you weren't around for this, but we seem to be having a lot of problems, especially with, you know, the pure tribes and the so-called wormcomers and wormbringers and all that. And I gave a whole sept a warning. If you cause problems to where my packs and my Garou cannot do what they need to do when I say they need to do it, I will fuck you up, and I'll make sure everybody knows it. You understand that?
Fair enough.
So if you're just gonna cause problems, I got enough problems. You can carry your ass off sep right now.
Of course. That is completely understandable.
Well, other than that, welcome to the Scepter of the Green. I hope you're worth your fucking salt.
Ah, you will see soon enough.
I'm assuming you don't have a pack. Silent Striders typically don't when they come here for some reason, but that's okay. We have plenty of packs that could use an ahroun at least, and I would ask that you give more thought to those that might need one. Specifically the Seekers, which is led by Banshee, and um, Predator's Focus. He's a Silver Fang, but like I said, if you are about your word, you'll fucking choke down what you need to choke down to get along with them. Or you got the Silent Striders, or not Silent Striders, the Striders of Ice and Concrete, which is led by Tails Rich as Gold, and also co-led by a Silver Fang named Wormsbane.
Interesting. Well, I will make sure. I will make sure they know. I will make sure I put out a howl or invitation on some notes and make sure they can look me up.
I think you better actually just put your um, actions forward and let them come to you.
Oh, of course, I can. I can do that. It's no problem.
Needless to say, you have a lot to show us. I don't care
Oh,
about where the fuck you came from. You have to put in your blood, sweat, and tears like everybody else has done here. So,
no problem. Of course, of course. If you need me to, I can join the Guardians.
no, not right now. Maybe after you've been here a while and we see what you're about.
Of course. If there's anything that can prove my metal, just let me know, and I will be there to prove it.
Well,
I am eager.
use that eagerness and attach yourself to the people here. People always need backup. You're an ahroun. You can do, escort missions or bodyguard, whatever. People always need
Of course,
the ahroun's touch, so to speak.
of course they do. Of course.
Well, as Ashray, if I might take my leave, I have other duties to attend to.
Of course, Binding Tempest, Ancestors guide you.
And you, and she'll take a few steps back and turn and slip into the Umbra as I disappear.
Well, that's about all I need from you for right now. You look like you're already, and he kind of like reaches out and plucks his wife beater, so to speak. It looks
Ah,
like you're already comfortable. So, and I'm sure you traveled quite far. You probably want to get some rest.
ah. Yes, of course. And tomorrow morning will be my morning jog, and I will commence with my training. Redrum.
Hmm.
About that morning jog, there are some areas you need to be careful about here in New York City.
And what's that?
Namely Staten Island. That's a no-go zone.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
no unauthorized vampire hunting. If you seem to catch one.
Oh, oh, oh! I will never do that.
You're not giving me much confidence in you right now.
Okay, I will not do that.
Real talk, Fangs. The vampires here are not to be fucked with.
No,
Of course,
not yet. But there'll come time, maybe.
of course. Wormful gives the orders. I will be there to rip their fangs out and put them on my mantle and just watch. You will see like crazy ass coming.
Eric just kind of like scratches his beard at him. Anyways, like I said, we have plenty to get into. We got issues with Endron Oil and them and their operation upstate New York. We got BSDs roaming about. We got the spirit of catastrophe fucking around with spirits on Sept, causing them to go haywire. We got issues with the Weaver. Never go off Sept in the Umbra by yourself. Otherwise, you will
That's like
probably you'll probably be rolled up on by a gang of either pattern or hunter spiders. And if that happens, well, God gotta save you, because we won't. Not right now, anyways. But yeah, that's about what we got going on right now. Oh, and the metis issues. The metis issues. Uh, if you got a problem with them, that's on you. I'm telling you to keep it to your fucking self. We got plenty of it
oh
going on right now, and it's causing problems with the pure tribes, like I've said already before.
listen. The Silent Striders had menace that became great warriors in our tribe. We have no problems with it. I don't. I clearly do not. But I will not watch as no menace is being bullied by those who hold anything against them. I will not do that.
Like I said,
Plus, I'm ugly.
like I said, don't fucking cause problems.
But I'm
Otherwise, you'll find that a lot of the metas here choose to be that and embrace it, except for maybe he kind of looks to Teresa, kind of just lets it kind of just roll off. But yeah,
She knows. She knows. She actively encourages it. She knows.
yeah.
mm,
Anyways, I really think that is all. Oh, other than the board here, check that board every day. Something usually changes. If you need to speak with me, write it in the section that you need to meet with me. We'll make arrangements. Do you have a cell phone?
yes, I do. My cousin gave it to me and he called it the burn phone.
Okay, good. He has some intelligence about him then. And he pulls out his phone and he, goes about exchanging numbers with you.
Felix definitely takes that number as well.
All right, man. You got
If you
some
need
big days going on from now. So get some rest. I would say get some
yes,
beauty sleep, but that ain't gonna help you none. So, anyways,
you should look at my dating profile.
I bet you're rolling in pussy.
Mm-hmm.
Saoirse
No,
stifles
I'm
a
not.
laugh.
Teresa will actually pipe in. She'll just say, or dick. We don't know his sexual orientation.
Yeah, he definitely looks like a bottom. Anyways,
Oh!
you can go.
Felix covers his mouth with his fist.
Eric Ryan, I am a
So
werewolf.
I could just
That's the most savage thing.
Sobek is just looking around. He just like, oh, y'all talking about sex. Oh, now I'm still a virgin. Yes.
Well, New York has a way of fucking you, so that won't last long.
Wait, seriously? Oh, wait, you're being figurative. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, yeah, no, figuratively is totally right.
Still love you, Teresa.
Yep.
Uh, um, hmm. Well, that was as they say, quite savage of you, Wormful.
I'm just giving you your due diligence. You'll be okay, right? I hope so. Or are you not as? Never mind. You know what? Just go.
All right, then. Good night, Wormful.
Felix turns to the tongue again and points at it. It's like, whose tongue is that? Tell me it's William White's. Tell me it's
Do you
William
really
White.
think William White would nail his own tongue to his own cabin?
No, but somebody else could.
I'm actually getting some rumors. Apparently it's Aiden's tongue.
And Felix's expression drops.
Saoirse does not look happy in the slightest.
Yeah, it appears to be. That's what I've heard too.
Who did it?
Well, I heard that Aiden really embarrassed William at the moot the other day. I mean, I'm sure you all saw it.
Oh yeah.
So he ripped out his tongue because he got embarrassed?
I mean, we're ahrouns, man.
Yeah.
We're under that shit.
But that's why we have the mound for. If you feel like your honor is disgraced, you drag him to the mound and handle your business there.
Yeah, you challenged him officially. Well, he didn't do that. So it'll be fun to see how his patron totem handles that.
We cannot have such rogue actions being did. Ahrouns are not. But I bet you Wormful will handle that to the best of your abilities without hurting the poor lad too much.
I mean, I'm not the police. I just want my Garou to be in operating condition. That's all I ask. Otherwise, if you got business or beef, that's on you. And
Of
there's
course.
specific
I
avenues
will,
for handling such things, and I encourage you to use those. But
of course.
things happen. But I'll
Do
definitely
not worry,
be
Wormful.
worry about what? Worry about you?
No, do not worry, Wormful. If they are to get into a fight again, I will drag both of them to the mound and have them and get the master of challenges and have them dispute it out.
I would advise you not to do that, only because you are the green one here, and you kind of need to make a name for yourself, so to speak. You don't want to be that stranger that gets in people's business and then you get caught up and then, you end up paying for it.
Of course, but I do not like to see discord amongst the Garou. We are all family here.
Are you a child of Gaio or are you a Silent Strider?
Yes, I am a silent strider.
Alright then, well, you're reminding me of a child of Gaia.
Oh, my dead parent was one.
That explains a lot.
But I'm quite violent. You will see that.
I mean, you're an Auron, you have to be.
Just give him so he just smiles.
He just kind of cracks a smile at that as well. Well, I got business I gotta take care of. I got some stuff I gotta speak to the water about that's probably gonna start impacting us here soon. So I gotta make plans with that. But other than that, do you guys have any questions for me? Anything you need from me? Anything I can help you with? Any kind of looks to Felix and Teresa specifically.
Felix is trying to maintain his rage at this point. But he just slowly shakes his head.
Eric just puts a hand on his shoulder, kind of gives him like this reaffirming like bro squeeze, like chill out, bro. But how Felix takes it, it's up to Felix. So
He loosens the grip on his fist and just lets out a. There's one thing for certain. We are not all family here.
Saoirse will give a
Then
slow nod in agreement of that.
Then, if we are all not family here, we will probably be doomed to fail.
I mean, real talk. We don't need to get all kumbaya as long as we don't literally kill each other in the field.
Oh, I don't mind the occasional beatings every once in a while. That's all, and a good squabble or two.
Good.
here's the thing. Aiden will heal that within a day or two, maybe a couple days. But ultimately, it's up to Aiden and what he wants to do with that. And knowing him, he probably had good reason for why it happened. So, before you guys do anything, I would speak to him first. Aiden's really fucking smart, so I don't doubt. I don't doubt that this plays up to something of his. He's a ragabash after all.
The Ragabash cunning is legendary.
You're right.
I definitely plan on speaking to him. And that's all she says. Anger on her face is definitely apparent.
That's one thing's for sure. William White's definitely not making too many friends here. But I'll leave it at that. And then kind of looks at Teresa again. You need anything from me? You, Saoirse?
I can think of for the moment. Our zebra situation should be handled soon.
Zebra?
It's a very long story and a very complicated one, but yeah. It's not really.
Can I pet him?
It's not a zebra. It's zebra mask.
It's not an actual zebra. It's a long story.
Look, dude. There's a fucking zoo right down the way here. Like if you walk far enough, you get to the zoo. If you want to pet a fucking zebra, but just be careful. You'll probably fucking startle them and shit with your rage.
Oh,
Good luck getting one to come up to you.
I forgot all about that.
Otherwise, I
Well,
wouldn't worry about it.
YouTube videos for me.
Hey man,
This dude, I swear.
The struggle is real. I know.
Saoirse will just say, I can't think of anything right now. Thank you, Wormfo. It's nice to actually meet you face to face. No.
You too. You too. All right, my good friends. I will see you around.
See you, Wormfo. If you have any dangerous missions for me, make sure you send me on them.
He just abruptly stops laughing and then walks away.
And she'll turn to Saoirse and Felix now as Eric leaves. And you two. We're going to go deep.
Sorry, go ahead.
As Flux, Felix, and Saoirse and takes them off.
Yes, Ryan.
And that leaves our New guy alone. What does he do?
He just basically be like, just looking around. Might as well go sleep. He just flops right there.
All right. Well, this seems like a good point to end this scene here. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Living Water Darkness, Rage Across New York.
Do you even werewolf?
Do you even werewolf?
Exactly.